Mark Jones, he's heading to Forbury. Used to be a very happy hunting ground. I wonder if it can be tonight. Two runners. You're driving both of them, Antoinette and Major Wilson. How are we going to fare?
Antoinette's got a lot to learn. She's still pretty green, just an outside place chance. Major Wilson gets a draw to probably lead and get his chance. Brad Williamson's one looks hard to beat, but he's got to be a pretty good chance, Major Wilson.
Okay, he's the better of the two. Auckland, Friday night. La Rosa and Bravey Kelly will have a run around in a grade race in the same race. Morris McKendry and David Butcher to take the drive, so you won't be able to blame the drivers.
No, we're pretty lucky to get them. They've looked after us in the past up there. Just need another run up there with so long till the final on the 31st. So, they'll, hopefully just get a nice run and hit the line well, and on class, they're still going to be, pretty good chances.
Heading to the 31st, obviously, and the big one on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, they both had there. They both went great last week. Like La Rosa, done everything but win, and Bravey Kelly, run second behind a pretty smart one and quick sectionals. So good to look at the park first up, and they'll only go forward.
Eddington Friday night, 3 runners. Starting with Rocket Boy, who was well back in the field the other night, but his sectionals were still pretty solid.
Yeah, just from the draw got back last, and his last sectionals were the best of the race, but he just couldn't get into it over 1980. So draw him wide this week, and probably got to press forward. And he's a near enough maiden, so you'd expect him to be a pretty good place chance in that.
Stylish Memphis was great in the Green Mile. She backs up against pretty much the same field, really. She'd have to be pretty hard to beat with that run under the belt.
Yeah, she seemed good to improve from it, and it was a great run first up. So drawn inside the two key main roles, probably a big help, but we leave that up to Ricky. So, in class and just that run under the belt, both the same. She's got to be a winning hope.
Majestic Lavros had a gallop late in the piece, but I'm sure you'll rectify that.
Yeah, he's just hitting the wheels. He's kind of trotting that good. He was hitting the wheels and kind of took himself off balance. So we'll change the cart this week and probably draw the front row with the others, drawing the back row is a big help. And I'd like to think he'd be, very, very hard to beat in that.
Sam Otley, of course, is suspended this week. She copped that last week up at Auckland. So a few driving changes this week, and Jared O'Reilly will take the drive there.
Yeah, I thought Sam was pretty hard done by with the regulation, and same with Tim Williams. So, I didn't really see them breaking the rules, but it's, so some good drives going, and lucky to get Jared for the trotter. So, he's got to try to find drivers. It's been a busy time trying to find drivers for the team this week.
You're all over the place. You got to one at every meeting this week. Winton Saturday, and you'll head down there with a team of 4, maybe 5. Art Attack, he's second up. I thought his first up run was good enough to be quite competitive.
Yeah, he's got a run first up. Quick sectionals found the line, and one of Brent Shirley's looks a pretty good maiden there. So if we can run second to that, we'd be pretty happy. And Magical Mike's probably a good maiden from Canterbury going down, but Art Attack's got to be a top 3 player for sure.
Very impressive, Brent Shirley's maiden. Euro beat the horse's name, and he'll be very hard to beat in that race. It's to the max. Thought she's a little flat on her best form the other night. Can she improve?
She's got it. She probably can't go much worse than she's going. Philly, we thought, a fair bit of early on, and Sam chose it over La Rosa, and I think the better's the light factor come out, and this one just hasn't improved like she should. So she can work still pretty good, and that's normally on the fresh side. So we're going fresh here, drawn on the markers, get a soft trip. If she turned up in the best form, she'd win it. But we thought that before, so we're looking for luck.
Sue Princess was great last week. She made that race exciting. You were driving, of course, and you didn't wait for them, and she's only done late. Do you think she can win at Winton?
I think she can. It's a couple of nice ones there. Nathan Williamson's ones and Nana Bills, but she's trying to go to when she can step away and find him. So, provided she trots away, she's got a chance when she's in the right mood.
We lost you a couple of times there, but we pretty much got the gist of it. Plutonium Lady, the other night you had a good dip for the front and didn't find the front, and disappointing after.
Yeah, it's probably surprised not to find the front in that race, really, with a mare like her, and got back on the fence. So walked in the middle stages, and she ran on okay, but doing that work early probably, took its toll. She's a better stayer than a sprinter. So, in saying that, she's still not going as good as I'd like her to be. So we'll drive for luck this week from the back row and hope they go hard. And she doesn't front up next starter, so she'll be headed to the paddock and coming back in the winter because she's not racing as good as she can.
No, she's not at the moment, that's for sure. Off to Rangiora Sunday, 3 runners, headed by Orlando Magic earlier in the day, and she just didn't want to trot up behind the gate the other night.
No, she probably just had a wee issue that we did find. So saying that she still can make mistakes. Back to the stand this week. She's on the unruly because she'll be missing away too. So made some gear changes, and we're lucky to get Blair this week. And she does trot away. She's a chance in that, but the way she's been behaving at the stand, she hasn't been trotting away. But if she does, I think she's a chance in that.
Kofi Shadow went a solid enough race first up and probably an improver's run. So what are you expecting from her second up?
Yeah, she's a mate that kind of keeps improving and wasn't a bad run first up. And, she seems good. So it's going to get the run on the markers, and, she's probably got to be an outside place chance in that race.
Kofi Sundown, he's made a couple of mistakes in his couple of runs back, but we all know good enough on his best day.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't read much of the last week. Like Sam was making the right move to find the front, and the outside of parked it. So, just going too quick in the bend. So I think small field this week, and if he does find the front and trot the whole way or even sit parked, I think he's a probably pretty good winning chance in that.
Excellent. Well, that's the team, and you're going to be busy. I guess you're Forbury and home, and then back to Winton in the Deep South Saturday. Is that the plan?
Yeah, it's on the way to Forbury now. I'm back home early hours in the morning and head down to Winton, leave 2-3 in the morning on Friday and go to Cromwell and then back to Winton Saturday. And there's a lot of travel, but we've got horses all over the show, but lucky we've got good staff and, we've got a few to race. So I'll be based in Cromwell, so I'll be watching from TV. So it's not a bad place to be.
The Stylish Memphis, etc., are they going to join the team when for the Omakau run?
I'll probably come back to Ashburn on the 23rd, race some there and probably drive some and take them back down to Cromwell for a week just on the grass. And just love working them down there in that environment, and they'll race at Omakau. And probably after that, I am looking at taking Majestic Lavros to Australia for the Great Southern Star and that. So there's a lot of organising to be done. It's bloody hard work, but hopefully we can get that done with the help of a few other people. And Stylish Memphis will just stay local for the mares races in Canterbury. And she's had a big 2 and 3 year old year, so I want to look after this year, and all going well. I think she's a couple next year, so we look after her. She's done a pretty good job.
Excellent stuff. Well, very, very busy time, and thanks for your time. Hopefully you can start it off with the winner at Forbury tonight.
Yeah, we'll do our best. We'll blame the drive that home one.
Very good. Thanks, Mark.
Cheers.